You said, and I quote, "In my teens, I abused cardio just to burn more calories. Yes. My sole mission with running and swimming back then was to stay small. I hated every minute of it.
Oh, yeah.
Unsurprisingly, by the time I reached my early 20s, I burned out. I stopped doing any kind of cardio altogether." What would you tell a young woman listening right now who's struggling with obsessively doing cardio to burn as many calories as possible?
How's that going for you? That's what I would ask. How's it?
I thought you were asking me.
How's that going for you? Obviously not in a judgmental way, very curious way. Like, do you enjoy it? Or are you spending every minute you're not doing the cardio dreading your next session, which is what I was doing. I was thinking about how much I hated it, but I felt like I had to do it to stay small. I didn't know any better. I would say, you know, how do you feel doing it? How do you feel after? How's your mood? How's your energy? I would want to shift their focus to maybe their performance.
How would you do that? How do you shift their focus to their performance?
How was your run? How did you do? Oh, great. Do you feel good? Okay, good. Do you want to train for time? Yes or no? Obviously, if they say no, I'm not going to be like, you're going to do a 5K or anything like that. Because then obviously that's another negative experience for them. But I'd be like, cool. Or like, hey, guess what? I had a really stressful day and I went out for a 30-minute run and I feel so much better. And even I think subtle things like that, that's kind of more indirect, is planting the seed that reminds them, oh, there's actually more purpose to movement than simply calorie burning. For me, a lot of my struggles in my teens with cardio, I think could have been prevented had I had a positive role model like me now. And I think that's a huge motivation for why I share about my own cardio journey now too, is if I can show I went on this run today and I feel great. No mention of calories, no mention of whatever, you know, body size, anything like that. And they're like, oh, it's really cool to see someone genuinely enjoying a run. And that to someone who maybe who's younger or struggling more might be a new thing to them. They're like, I didn't even know that was possible. And guess what? Like when I was in that era, I was miserable. And what actually got me out of it was one day I was around 14 or 15. I was thinking, I don't want to live like this. I'm so miserable. I hate it. Obviously, it still took me a couple of years from that, but that was kind of the impetus for, can I get out of this mindset? And I struggled with how to do that for a while, but you know, eventually I got there. And then of course, eventually I discovered lifting weights. I discovered that technically you don't need cardio for body composition purposes. And that's when in the early 20s, I quit cold turkey and I was like, oh, I'm fine. From a body comp standpoint, I was fine. Obviously, we know from a health standpoint, not optimal to completely skip cardio. But yeah, that transformation for me took a really long time. We can say, hey, look, how cool is it that I'm now in my mid 30s and I'm running almost faster than I was when I was 18.